Good morning. I am 6 minutes earlier today, so if you're watching and recording, you're welcome to fast forward 6 minutes to the beginning of the practice or watch with us, saying hellos, watching those pretty ducks go around. Lots of ducks today. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Gina. I don't know, the egret, I don't see the egret anymore. Maybe it's just a summer thing. But there are lots of ducks, and I did see some turtles the other day, but yesterday and today is pretty dark. Um, I mean, not sunny, so they're not here, the turtles. The ducks, though, well, we'll see. We'll see who else shows up as we continue in this spot. Maybe I'll go to Central Park. So this park is called Morningside Park. It's right across the street from my friend's house. And Central Park is about a couple blocks away. Maybe tomorrow I'll go to the Central Park and see what kind of spots I can find there. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, John. Good morning, Judy. I'm curious to know how everybody did yesterday with this collapse of Facebook and WhatsApp and Instagram. It was down for 5, 6 hours. So did it make you impatient? Did it create any trouble, or was it a welcome um, rest for your eyes and brain not to be able to get on those apps and communicate the way we usually do? It would be it would be interesting to know. So if you can put it in comments after the practice, I would love that. Anyway, it is time for us to start. And today we will continue with patience, looking at the very practical ways you can bring more patience into your life. So to speak, the how of integrating this concept into the ever-changing flow of events. So let's review a few common scenarios, a few common situations that try our patience and see how we can possibly reframe them to add more fluidity and open-mindedness into the mix, which in turn will remind us of what really matters in the moment and hopefully create a space where patience is possible and flows naturally. So one example is any thoughts that make you impatient, such as righteousness, superiority, insistence. So take a moment to recall a situation, conversation, when you tend to think this way and become really impatient with others or yourself. Just remember when this happens and how you usually react. And can you remind yourself that standards really differ among people and cultures? Remind yourself that 99% of the time, there is really nothing truly that urgent that need to be that we need to feel like, oh, it needs to be done right now. We need to feel impatient, insistent about. Now recall a situation when you feel like you are wasting time. So maybe you are on hold, making some admin call and hold forever. How does that make you feel? What if in that moment you find things around you that are rewarding? For example, you can look around and find something beautiful in your line of view, or maybe pay attention to your breath while relaxing your body, or maybe do a short loving kindness meditation, wishing others well. In other words, rather than viewing yourself as waiting in situations, explore the sense of being in situations and just you happen to be waiting while being in a situation. And maybe if you reframe it this way, you can actually enjoy this precious gift of being, this moment of pause that the situation is giving you. Another way to bring more patience into your life is to have compassion for others who seem to be in the way or take too long to do anything. For example, well, I'm here in New York now, and it reminds me when I lived here, I worked on Fifth Avenue near Rockefeller Center. Needless to say, there was a ton of people in the streets at all times, but especially around Christmas. I honestly hated the days when they had the Christmas tree opening and the famous Saks Fifth Avenue light shows. People would just stop dead in the middle of the street whenever the music and the lights came on without any regard for others, like none. Really frustrating. It frustrated me to really, well, you can tell. I was not doing well. But then I gradually realized these people have no idea they're blocking others. They're blocking like my walk. They're just mesmerized by the show, and the show is so beautiful. The music is gorgeous, the lights are gorgeous. So they stop that and they're like, "Oh my God, this is awesome." And so this realization helped me. It made me much easier. It made so much easier for me to just walk around them without working myself up in frustration. I was actually happy for them. They were seeing it for the very first time, they were enjoying it, and that gave me a sense of joy as well. So, what is your pet peeve, and how can you reframe it in the same way I managed to reframe my Fifth Avenue walks around Christmas? Take a moment to reflect on that. Another way to bring more patience into your life is actually pick a relationship, whether it's a romantic, professional, friendship relationship, whatever it is, and deliberately bring more patience to that relationship. So you could react more slowly and thoughtfully. For example, never interrupt the conversation with that person. Let the other person have more time to talk and express their thoughts. Maybe you can allow minor issues slide by in this relationship. So explore this and see if this is even possible. And the answer may be no, and that's okay. But at least you've explored it and you've given yourself a chance to bring in a little bit more patience into your life. We can also play with routine situations like meals and take a few extra seconds or even minutes before starting, in order to strengthen our patience muscles. Just maybe take a few moments to set the table differently or more deliberately, or take a few breaths, or say grace if this is your thing. So whatever it is, but just not just dive into it, but deliberately take a pause before you take a meal or before you do anything. So this is just to exercise our patience muscles. Remember that offering patience can be a gift to others who are dealing with their own issues and to yourself. Life is like a vast landscape with both soft grass and sharp thorns. So when we're impatient, we're like railing at the thorns. And when we're patient, we can take a moment and decide to put on a pair of shoes and walk comfortably. So let's now do a formal practice of patience. Take a comfortable position, and as always, take a few moments to connect, settle in patiently, review all the circumstances of your practice, internal and external. With each breath cycle, allowing the inner to become outer, the outer to become inner, everything interconnected, everything one. Let your breath be easy and controlled. And let this easy breath be your invitation to bring in effortlessness into your whole system, body, mind, heart. Notice that with each breath there is a physical movement in your body, even if it's just a slight one. Maybe you notice the rising and falling of your belly or your chest, or notice the air moving in and out of your nose and mouth. Whatever it is for you, don't fabricate the experience, connect with what is, and patiently note what is happening. If your mind stays busy, not a problem. Through all of it, just note whatever you observe. And then bring your attention back to your primary anchor, whether it's your breath or a particular sensation in your body. Scan your body. Notice all the sensations that are present. Maybe there's a sense of discomfort, a sense of restlessness. Maybe there's an itch. If something feels urgent or too painful, take a pause before you make an adjustment and ask yourself, do I really need this adjustment? Can I stay with this discomfort? And you're not forcing yourself to stay through the pain or discomfort or not to scratch your itch, but you're giving yourself this pause so that the action becomes more intentional, more deliberate, not just a knee-jerk reaction, but actually a response. So you're allowing yourself this moment of patiently looking at what is happening. And maybe you'll notice that it is possible to stay patient with the discomfort in your body, while at the same time staying in touch with a sense of care and compassion for yourself. Now let's expand our awareness to thoughts. Our mind makes thoughts constantly throughout our entire life. And many of those thoughts feel uncomfortable or anxiety provoking, overwhelming. As meditation teacher Joseph Goldstein often says, we frequently get on the wrong train and ride these thoughts. So for the next few moments, observe your thoughts and note them. Are those thoughts of the future, thoughts of the past, ruminations, discomfort? Just note. You can repeat the words if you want. You can label them or simply connect with the essence of your thoughts. Instead of getting on this wrong train and riding it all the way through, simply notice what is passing by in front of you. Now expand your awareness to your emotions. Of course, emotions are part of our moment-to-moment experience that's not fully under our control. And the art and skill of being with emotions without getting overwhelmed requires being aware of them. And yet often emotions feel like triggers. It's like we're hooked and we must do something about them. So for the next few moments, notice your emotions and see if you are able to let go of that hook. Acknowledge your emotional state, whether you feel happy, sad, overwhelmed, anxious, angry, impatient, patient. As my phone drops, sorry. And just notice them and see if you can be simply aware of what's going on without being hooked, without being triggered. Remind yourself that all of us struggle all the time. It's very human, it's very normal. Nothing is wrong with you. Note if the emotion triggers some thoughts or maybe urges you to take action of sorts. And then instead of doing anything about it, just stay and breathe and see if anything shifts. So you're not doing it forcefully to get rid of the emotion of thought or this urge to act, but rather creating space around us all, reminding yourself that you are bigger than any one thing inside you. And for the next few moments, just expand your awareness to take in the entirety of your experience: body, heart, mind. With each breath in, welcome a sense of open awareness. You may even say, this is how things are for me right now, whatever that is. Happy, unhappy, patient, impatient. This is how things are for me right now. Take it all in with a sense of acceptance, awareness, clarity. With each exhale, you may want to offer yourself whatever wishes feel most appropriate in this moment. May I be happy, healthy, and free. May I find my strength and resolve. May I be patient with the constant ebb and flow of life. Whatever that is for you, offer this to yourself. And as we end this practice, notice any tendency for your mind to leap forward into the future immediately, or any urge to just like jump off your meditation position and start the day. Maybe you have already stood up and started. So can you just take a few more deliberate breaths, patient, easy, uncontrolled, before you start the next thing? And with a sense of intention and resolve, choose when to end your practice. Choose when to end any action, any interaction in your daily life, and then continue on with the rest of your day. So as you go through your day today, I invite you to try that. Notice all those leaps forward that naturally happen. This from, okay, we finish this thing and we jump to the next, we jump to the next, we jump to the next. What if you took a tiny pause, even if it's 10 seconds, and say, I'm finishing this task, and now I'm doing this one. See if anything shifts, see if anything is useful, and as always, please let me know. I always love hearing your feedback. So have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. I'll try to walk to Central Park tomorrow and find some more interesting birds. So have fun. Bye.